Hey everybody, welcome back. It is the Huey Junior Patriots here, coming from the Equinity Sports Desk. Mike Fesser is sitting here with me. Mike, we were just talking. What's so cool about this industry is how small it is.
Right.
And the story that you were just telling me. I mean, we just got done talking about Jackie Moore and all of that, but we're going to circle back to that part of the story. But specialty insurance, you've been in the insurance business, primarily on the equine side of it.
Yes, sir.
Talk about this whole story about how this all came about.
So Kevin Charleston is the owner of Specialty Risk and started it about 13 years ago. I hadn't seen Kevin in years. He and I worked for the same guy on the same ranch back when I was young, which was a long time ago. And I had left to go to college, and Kevin came and was working for the same guy.
And was that in Missouri back then?
That was in Missouri.
So that's where
Missouri.
You were from Missouri originally?
Yes, sir.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes, sir. And so I stayed in touch with the guy that we'd worked for, which kept me in touch with Kevin and Trish, his wife. And then we kind of lost track of each other. And then about 5 years ago, I was at a barrel race out in Buckeye, Arizona. And I saw this little girl ride by on a horse, and I thought, my God, that looks like Trish Charleston.
Like just out of the blue,
That hit me. Blue eyes, and I mean,
yeah.
Trish is very distinctive. And sure enough, they said Emma Charleston, and I said, well, that has to be her.
Yeah.
Has to be a daughter. And I said, I bet Kevin's around here somewhere.
Yeah.
And so I got to looking around, and there he was, and we picked up like it was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And just started talking, and spent the whole 3 days of the barrel race talking and bullshitting.
Hey, that's all right.
Oh, okay.
No, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
But by the end of it, we talked about the insurance business, and Kevin said, you're going to make me write you a check, aren't you? And I just laughed, and I said, maybe.
Yeah, because you were ready to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and I'd been approached by other people to buy my agency, and I told Kevin, I said, here it is if you want it.
Yeah.
And it has been the best thing that's ever happened to me in the insurance business, and in my life, pretty much, other than my kids, I'd say.
Sure.
It revitalized me in the insurance business, gave me different avenues to pursue in the insurance business other than equine, and it's just been awesome. I can't thank him enough.
That's awesome. So equine was primarily that was your main. And how many years were you doing that, Mike?
Oh, about 15.
Yep. Well, that's pretty cool. And now you guys are together with Specialty,
Right.
And it's still based out of Carthage, is that right?
Carthage, Missouri, directly across from the Joplin Stockyards on I-44.
Circling back to old Jackie Moore there.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, that's pretty And you said, like, when you guys go do trade shows and stuff, you partner with Jackie, you put a booth together with them?
Yeah, they, like for the NCBA, we split a booth, and we're right there together, and we help each other set up and take down, and it's a good partnership.
That's a good guy. He runs a few head of beef through there, doesn't he?
Couple of them.
Yeah, just a couple. What, about $1 million, 1.2 million or something a year?
I think last year, dollar-wise, they sold almost $1 billion worth of cattle.
Goodness.
That's what he's got on some of his brochures.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's crazy.
I believe it.
Crazy.
He's a lot of fun. I sure like Jack. I went over and saw him and Chris Henneken here a couple years ago and did some footage. It was. We just drove around the place there.
Right.
They're in and out of there. I mean, thousands and thousands. I didn't realize. I thought the hub of everything was always out there around Amarillo.
Right.
No, it's Jackie's place.
It's Jackie.
It's Jackie's place.
That's where they all gather, right there.
I had no idea. Yeah, I was ignorant to that fact until I went out there. So right now for insurance, you said it opened you up to more. So talk about the business. Are you guys? Is it everything, or what are the specialties at Specialty now?
You bet. Specialty Risk is an ag insurance agency.
Okay.
Anything they say from the grass from the dirt to the plate.
Yeah.
We insure big ag, farms, ranches,
Gotcha.
feedlots, sale barns, big grain,
Sure.
fertilizer, anything like that. We also do a lot of commercial insurance business, oil and gas business.
Gotcha.
And in addition to all of those things, we also have a team that is health and life.
Oh,
so,
really?
So we can do the group health
Gotcha.
for everybody.
So you can help the companies with everything.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. That's great.
Our thought is if we can get in there and do everything for them, it'll be harder for them to fire us.
There you go. There you go. Well, it also makes it easy for that HR person too. They've only got to make one phone call.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow, that is very, very cool. So
Yeah.
how long have you guys been back together then?
About 5 years.
Oh, really? Good deal. Good deal. And what's the relationship with the BFI? How did all this come about?
So, Cammie and Darren are my neighbors out in Arizona.
There it is. Yep.
And just we've gotten to be good friends, and they had a deal come open last year for here.
Yep.
And Cammie called and said, "It's yours if you want it." And I said, "Absolutely," and here we are.
Awesome. Well, I'm assuming that you being here, that one thing about the horse market right now, and you know this better, this horse market has gone crazy. The $3,500 horses are gone.
Right.
And it's a capital investment right now.
Absolutely.
This is a CapEx for all of us, to whether we're buying horses for our kids, whether we're buying horses for us. And when it gets 50,000 plus, I mean, even 25,000 is a lot. That's a lot of risk because something will happen.
Absolutely. It is a lot of risk. And, we're finding that our average mortality rate is about 20 to 25,000 on a horse.
Gotcha.
Where,
that's the average. Huh?
Yeah. Where 5 years ago even, it was about 10.
Really?
Yeah.
So in a short amount of time, it's doubled.
It's doubled. And the insurance companies are just trying to keep up at this point.
Yeah.
And it's gotten to where it's harder to place certain types of horses because they're getting pickier about what they want, and the ones that are causing them the claims, they're kind of getting out of the market, kind of like the fire insurance market.
Oh, boy.
They're backing out because they don't want to. They're money losers.
Yeah.
And so we have to make sure that we have the companies that they need.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, we have our own program that's backed by a London company.
Gotcha.
That we're in charge of.
Yeah.
We underwrite, and we are able to pay the claims on ourselves, so that we know it gets done right and quickly.
So while you were saying that, I was just sitting here thinking, if the underwriters don't understand, it's got to make it tough.
Absolutely.
That's got to make, because they're going, what do you mean 60,000, 70,000, 80,000 on a horse? What are you talking about?
Right.
Like that, to somebody that has no idea about this industry, instantly smells fraud.
Right.
Instantly.
Absolutely. It used to be they didn't require that you even have a bill of sale up front or anything like that to insure a horse unless it was over 100,000. Well, now they're getting to where they want that bill of sale, copy of a bill of sale. If it's bought at a public auction, that suffices. But they're wanting a little more information before they pull the hammer on.
Absolutely. Well, that's great though. But having you guys in the middle right there, and also being able to underwrite the own deal, that's got to make it a whole lot better.
Absolutely. Huh? And it gives us a level of control that we don't have with other companies. That, one of the biggest things with a claim on a horse is if something happens and technically it's not covered for whatever reason, but if the intent that the insured had when they purchased it was that it would be, and that's how they understood it, then we try to work with them.
That's cool that it gives you guys the common sense to cover versus not cover.
Exactly.
Well, as a horse owner looking at that's a level of comfort, because every one of us have worried about that.
Sure.
We've all worried, well, if he does something that's just outside the fine print, then my horse isn't covered.
Right.
But I can't whatever it is, whether it's loss of use or mortality or whatever.
Exactly.
Well, that's very comforting that you guys will have a little common sense and can control that. That's great.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the other thing, the other part of that program is it's not just equine; it's all livestock, and so we can. Same with cattle. Same with cargo insurance, cattle on the trucks.
Yep.
That sort of thing. We control it.
Gotcha. What about the team roping steers right now? Or like, I had this conversation with Doc Anderson about total feeds. We were talking about steers. So right now with the team roping market the way it is right now, are guys coming in with team roping steers and being? Is that a thing at all? I'm just
not
asking.
Really. No.
Yeah.
You know, cow-calf guys are getting more interested now.
Okay.
Team roping cattle, not really.
Not really. Yeah. I was just thinking, just because right now, I mean, it's, $1,200-$1,300 a round.
Right.
Where, and it's just like, how do we get more runs out of them? And that would be a tricky deal. I was just curious.
Sure.
I didn't know if I'd ever even heard of anybody insuring.
Right.
Team roping
I don't know of any.
Okay.
Nobody with me.
Well, there you have it. All right. Well, shoot. Well, what else, Mike? What else we got going? What are you married? You got a wife?
I am. Kay's back at home.
Yeah.
Enjoying the 100-degree weather in Arizona.
Boy, it got
already.
hot fast, didn't it?
God, took a minute. A hot minute.
Yeah.
Got 2 boys, one in Norman, Oklahoma, and one in Rolla, Missouri.
Gotcha. So one makes the tornadoes and sends them to the other one. Is how that goes. Huh?
Exactly. And funny, they both used to work for me.
Oh, really?
And when I started thinking about slowing down, I asked them. I said, "You guys, here it is. If you want it." They were tired of the insurance business, and they're doing other things.
Are they? What are they doing?
Oldest son Jake is a graphic artist, and he works in the print shop at at the University of Missouri Rolla. They call it something else now. But S&T.
Gotcha.
And Garrett works at the emergency room in Norman Regional Hospital.
Oh wow! Well, good for you.
Yeah,
good for you. That's awesome.
And I do have a grandson, I have to say.
Oh, good
Jet,
for you.
hello, buddy.
Oh, that's Grandpa. That's awesome. Well, good for you. Well, Mike, I tell you what. Thank you so much for first of all being part of the BFI. We really appreciate it. Darren and Cammie, they're the best.
They're the best.
They're the best. Pretty good neighbors, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty good neighbors.
Good golfers, too.
Oh, man. I know it. What about pickleball? Are you playing pickleball with them?
I've started a little bit. My grandson actually loves pickleball, so we do it when I go see him.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's what Cammie said. Every playing pickleball. That's been the new thing. Well, Mike, thank you so much for coming up, and thank you for being a vital part of the BFI Week.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Well, everybody, make sure our horses are so important. Make sure you give Specialty Insurance. Where can they check you guys out? Website, Specialty Insurance?
SpecialtyRiskInsuranceAgency.com.
SpecialtyRiskInsuranceAgency.com. Or go check them out. So all of our horses are very, very important. And if you're out there, if you're in the business, they can handle everything for you. So on behalf of Mike and Specialty Insurance, I am Drew Stew, and we will catch you in a little bit, everybody.